and over in combination, both with and without partners. Unlike Chinese martial arts, Western boxing now only allows fights between people of the same weight class and has rather strict rules in order to protect the safety of the practitioners. In Chinese martial arts, one must train to fight anyone. Though it's important to train in many different types of techniques, it is still required to master a handful of selected techniques suited to one's physique. After many techniques are learned, it becomes difficult to remember all of them, and it's also tempting for the person to discard those movements which don't suit him. This causes fighting methods to become unnecessarily limited and suited only to persons who teach them. The solution to this is to chain techniques into one choreographed unit. This unit is like a song, where the words are easy to remember as long as they go with music. If you have to remember 300 separate words, it would not be as easy to remember them. This not only solved the problem of remembering fighting techniques, but created beautiful performance art out of what used to be separate movements. There are two terms in Chinese martial arts that are important in the discussion of forms. Yin and Yi mean shape and intention, literally. The yin of a form is its outer shape, or the way the moves look. The yi of the same form is the idea that gives rise to that shape. Often, more than one shape can express the same idea. This is why there are often several legitimate ways of performing certain forms. As long as the principles are adhered to, the shape will be considered legitimate. It's a serious flaw to change the shape of a form without sufficient knowledge of its principles, because this could make your Kung Fu useless. To avoid letting your technique degenerate in this way, there is an ongoing tradition in Chinese martial arts. The practice known as Lin Gong, or training in basic exercises, combines fitness training and practice of the actual separate fighting techniques that are meant to go together. Not all moves and forms that appear next to one another are meant to be used together. Persons doing Lin Gong will practice single techniques and combinations every day for years on end, improving the quality of movements and employing them in sparring to get the proper timing and distancing. The idea that forms training alone constitutes the only important training in Kung Fu is wrong. The old Kung Fu saying, Lin Kun, Bat Lin Gong, Dou Lou Ya Cheng Hong, means that training in forms without training in basic skills will cause you to be useless in old age. And this is an age-old warning against relying only on forms practice. The most famous practitioner of Hong Ga in the 19th century was Wang Fei Hong. He was one of the Guangdong 10 Tigers. Originally, he became famous for the use of techniques called the Gao Do Kun. Gao Do Kun means 9 special fists. There are people who have the mistaken idea that Gao Do Kun means the 9 poison hands or 9 poison fists. This is incorrect. The 9 special fists means the 9 individual special techniques which he used especially for fighting. Later, his follower, Dang Fong, took the same techniques and taught them in the same way as Wang Fei Hong. Because of his stubbornness and desire to pass on the system only as Wang Fei Hong had taught it to him, he was known as Lo Wan Gu, or Old Square Mind. This referred to his stubbornness of wanting to keep things the same as the way Wang Fei Hong taught it. Dang Fong's successor, after Dang Fong died, he handed down the successorship to Yun Ling, and Arsivu余志偉took the same techniques that were taught by Wang Fei Hong and teaches them today. More important than just training forms, you have to remember, as we said before, that training the Lin Gong, or basics training, is one of the most important training methods in Chinese martial arts. There are different types of Lin Gong, training the Gong. You can hit punching bags, use the wooden dummy, and various other training methods, but some of the most important training methods are training single techniques or combinations of techniques. We intend to show several of the Gao Do Kun, or 9 special fist techniques handed down by Wang Fei Hong. These techniques can be practiced both alone and together with a partner. So we intend to show a few drills that illustrate several of these techniques. The first drill we'd like to illustrate is called Tatsing Kunfat. Literally means 7-star fist techniques. This is derived from the Hang Kun, or 5-element techniques, 5-element fist techniques, literally.
Ready? 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 Ready?
The Tatsing Lin Wan Kun. The name refers to Tatsing, refers to 7 stars. The 7 stars are the pattern that the footwork takes on the floor. When you first stand there, you have the first 2 stars, and then each time you take a step is another star. Lin Wan Kun means connected fist technique.